I be on some other shit, sometimes I just don't know. I got lots of rhymes up in my mind, they gotta go. I can't even sleep at night, I'm dreaming about the flow. So I just get up and get back in the studio. Pardon me, I just be rapping cause this is a part of me. They say play the lottery, I am that ticket, you know that I ought to be in your top 5. I got that heat for you Popeyes. MVB watching with cross eyes until I make moves like the narcotics. Damn, I could push coke for a lifetime and never go broke in this pipeline. Connect got that rope for that nightline, but too many snitching for no time. And if my nigga drop dimes, I'ma have to pick up nickels. And if I get hemmed up, I'ma let the bullets rip you. I be on some other shit, sometimes I just don't know. I got lots of rhymes up in my mind, they gotta go. I can't even sleep at night, I'm dreaming about the flow. So I just get up and get back in the studio. La 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 la. La 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 la. lifespan. Mind rotates to a different plan as I'm looking up through this ceiling fan, begging for forgiveness. Woo! I know God gotta feel this. I got to provide for my children, so if I gotta sell dope, then I will then. And off go King Kong. I'll be in my own drum. Money is gonna come in every direction until this baggy get all done. I'm working, but motherfuck it is no fun. I never had dreams of fucking an R&B bitch. Only had dreams of me getting rich and fucking with this music shit. And even if I never get a deal, I still had a piece of it. Huh? Some other shit, sometimes I just don't know. I got lots of rhymes up in my mind, they gotta go. I can't even sleep at night, I'm dreaming about the flow. So I just get up and get back in the studio.
Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed live. It's Wednesday, 7 o'clock, so you already know what time it is. It's time for the Random Talking Indie Music Show coming to you live on Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Caffeine TV. What's goody goody? It's your girl, Summer 59 on the screen, ready to do my thing. And I'm joined by my co-host, the Bronx Bully, the Beast from the East, with a gap in the teeth, but it's perfectly okay. I mean, it's okay with you. It's okay with me. I mean, if you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? A.K.A. Minx the Merciless, A.K.A. Mad Late Minx, A.K.A. She really fucking hates BeatStars, and today we really gonna delve into why. Call them what you have, whatever you want to call it. Just don't call her a copycat. Do they dig or do they dig, Minx?
They better dig.
Motherfucking right, they better goddamn dig it. Today is Wednesday, which is our last broadcast day for the week. But we do have some topics that we are going to get into. But before we do that, please join Hustle Culture Magazine. If you would like to become part of the hustle culture, all you have to do is send in a picture, a small quote of what you think hustle culture means to you, your IG handle, your location, and your profession. Have all that sent over to Hustle Culture Mag at gmail.com. Also join the Merciless Cast on Patreon. Become a Patreon member on today. She's got certain tiers, so you pay what you can and get those copious jewels that she likes to drop. And yeah, we also got some t-shirts. I mean, we don't have a store quite yet, but in the meantime, between time, if you like to order a shirt, just let us know what size and color you want, and we'll make sure that we get your merch sent to you properly. But you can also head on over to minxradio.com as well and get some of that good old Minx Mafia merch. And if you get a piece of merch, sport it, wear it, tag us, let us know that you fuck with us.
Yes, please do.
Please, please do. And shout out to Caffeine TV once again. Y'all keep us lit every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love y'all. I love y'all.
How you doing, Riley Bands?
What's up, y'all? Y'all come on in the room.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start doing is at 7 o'clock. I'm just gonna have like the main screen and let everybody know the show is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Give people time to get in there and roll up and do what they do.
And tonight, y'all are in for a special treat because Minx will be allowed 2 free jewels. Just
Two free jewels.
2 free jewels. So I suggest y'all stick around, take notes, screen record this, screen record the section, and you'll know when we get into it. So what's been going on with you, Minx?
I don't know. I had a very wild day.
Per usual.
And you know what? I was really minding my business this time. And this whole shit, this whole episode is gonna be literally like a fucking segue into segue into segue.
Oh my god, segue
I
queens.
feel it. Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do.
But to everything, yeah. Everything was, pretty copacetic. I was actually pissed off because I was like, for the first time, usually before our show, um, I usually don't eat. I serve everybody, and I put my food to the side, and then as soon as we get done, I go and I grub out.
Yeah, same here.
That didn't happen today. We had Boston Market today, and
Hey,
that spinach just smelled so scrumptious.
you
So
you and that Boston market, I tell you.
I know. And pretty much, I lost my adapter piece for my iPhone, to be able to get the audio in. So I ordered five. And I ordered today,
We just got through talking about that specific piece. We
and I lost it.
and
I,
we
I don't
just
know
got
where
through talking about it. Come on now, tighten up.
I don't know where it got lost at. It's just it ain't here now. So I was like, okay, F it. So then I was really staring all day. I said to myself, F it. I ordered a web camera. So
Mhm.
I was waiting for a specific camera, which was the Kaio Razor. Okay. But I'm a person that does not like, back orders. I don't like ordering shit on back orders. It's either you have it or you don't.
Yeah, you've been sitting
Period.
there waiting forever.
Yeah, and GameStop, because mind you, the Kaio Razor is about $99.
Hmm.
It's one of the best from the reviews and stuff that I've been reading. It is one of the best web cameras out there. Like it's supposed to be better than a Logitech, better than a built-in web camera. Like my shit is built in.
Pretty much
Um,
top of the line.
it's like top of the line, 1080 HP, 60 frames per second. That kind of situation. But when you go on eBay and you try to buy it, man, they inflated the hell, like kind of like they did with the toilet paper.
Hmm.
This $99 camera is on eBay going for like 150, 250.
Because of the demand for it. That's why. Because
Yeah,
everybody's starting a podcast, so you gotta make sure you get
not
the best shit.
not just that. Most people say that it's also because of people that are homeschooling and their
Yeah,
home
yeah.
they don't have like it's not enabled with that. And then also you have other people that use it for conferences and shit like that. So I understand why. Like, there's a lot of people working from home, but I was like, fucking 250 for a $99 camera. Oh
Nope.
hell! So I got the knockoff version. I got the knockoff version on
Listen, you
Amazon.
gotta do what you gotta do. I am quite pleased with my Logitech C280. It's 720 pixels and all that fun shit. So I haven't had any problems with it so far. I've had it for like a year or so before I could really use it the way I really wanted to. So,
Yeah,
so
and you see how I'm always like adjusting my light. I have a ring light that's above me, and I have to reach and get it. Well, at least with this shit, I just have to tap it, and it'll just go to the right adjustments that it's supposed to. So, you
yeah,
know,
because a lot of these webcams have built-in lights, so you wouldn't
oh
have
yeah.
to worry about that too much longer.
Well, I bought a ring light that has the iPhone
Mhm.
holder,
Mhm.
and then the iPhone holder broke, so I had to MacGyver the shit onto the ceiling.
Of course. Of
Of
course.
course, you know what I mean. But
Real lyrics. What's going on Facebook? Real lyrics. Thank you for tuning in, bro.
I definitely want to say before the show, I want to give a shout out, and I want to say this. This is very important. Okay, my little brother Vinny um hits me up, and he's like, he sends me a message, and he's just like, "Hey, Minx, uh, I'm gonna be on DTF Radio today, right?" So I was like, "Okay, dope." And then he was like, "I'm gonna give you a shout out, whatever. Can you please tune in?" So I just want to say I did not tune in only because he said he was gonna give me a shout out. I support um Vero G. I support Real Lyrics. Everybody that's in that entire camp, I support you guys. So, again, I did tune in. I listened to the whole thing, and Vinny, I'm very proud of you. Even though you didn't give me a shout out, but that's okay. I wasn't tuned in for that. I'm tuned in because you're my little brother, and I definitely learned so much about your artistry and where you got your influences from and things like that. And you tuned into my show without me having to ask you to. So definitely shout out to Vinny. He has a new video out. His EP is dropping, or I think it's actually dropped. And shout out to everybody over at DTF Radio. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Shout out,
Yeah.
y'all. Y'all the best.
Jackson 5 and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Jackson 5, more like Jackson 15. It's like a whole bunch of y'all doing music.
All of us are doing music. I'm surprised we don't have a reality show yet.
You and your manifestations, you know how you do.
Yeah.
Do you really want to do that though?
Honestly, yeah.
Like a music based music based type reality
And
show?
that's so weird. I was just talking about to my dad about that because, we're in the talks of getting our own network, which I know that it's going to take a while to do that because of all the licensing and stuff you need in order to do it. And look at me roaring.
Yeah.
I'm not really burping anymore. Like, you get the little throat burp. Like that's just me roaring. Um, that's what I say. Um, but I did talk to my dad about that. I said, why aren't we exploring that? We know that, which I found out. Oh, it takes a lot to blow my mind. It takes a lot to blow my mind. Leonard blew my mind yesterday, like on some real shit. Okay. And I don't know if y'all knew this, but I'm gonna tell y'all what he told me yesterday. And I'm still like, really? So basically, do you know how movie trailers work?
I mean, I've seen quite a few. I never really got into the science of it.
Okay. When we go to the movies, right? And this is for any filmmaker that is interested in starting movies. I'm considering on, obviously adapting one of my books into a movie. Um, so when we go to the movies and, we sit down, the lights get dim and they start showing trailers and they're like roughly a good 10-minute trailer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those movies are not completely shot yet.
So basically, the trailer that they put out is like some stuff that they've already filmed, but they hadn't put the whole shit together.
No, no. This is where it blew my mind. Like Leonard kept saying, Minx, you there? I was like, I didn't know that. You're talking to a bitch that thinks she knows everything, right? let's just keep it real. When somebody can educate me and have my brain on some like, are you fucking serious type shit? So basically, a movie trailer, what they do is, let's say you and me was pitching a movie to Seth Rogen or some shit, right? Why do I keep saying Seth Rogen manifesting? You know what I'm saying? Uh, hey Seth, how
She,
are
ju-
you? My name.
she just wants a smoke session. That's all.
I just want to smoke and hang out with you. No, so basically how it works is that, let's say you and me decide that we're going to shoot a movie, but we don't have a budget. Like we just have a small budget to get the idea together.
Hmm.
So what we do is, we do the casting, we get everybody to come out, we cast it. Then we shoot the trailer. Like you're not even shooting the movie. What happens is that you shoot the trailer and you get the audience's reaction, right? And then bigger networks like Hollywood or Netflix or whoever, they see the trailer, you pitch it to them, and then they're like, you know what? I think this is going to be an epic film. So we will invest in that. We will buy the rights to it or whatever and help and give you the money, like a record deal. We will give you the money to fund, the project. So that's why I sat there and thought about it. I was like, I've noticed how in some trailers you see certain scenes and it's not in the movie.
Right. See. See.
I didn't even know that shit. So I said, so you mean to tell me when you watch a trailer, there is no movie? The movie is not even shot yet. Y'all
Nope.
just shot like the action scenes and all that stuff just so you can get the audience's hypeness. Like, yo, this is gonna be lit. And then when you get the budget for it, then you film it.
Kind of like a sample, like
Yeah,
just a little taste. Just to
yeah.
see if it's worth making a movie.
Yeah, and I'm saying this to, and I'm saying this, for a reason. I would say this is jewel number one, right? This is the first jewel. This is important for filmmakers to understand because filmmakers seem to think that they have to shoot the whole fucking thing and then pitch it. And it doesn't work like that. And
I
my
always, I
whole,
always, I always thought they shot the film and then they took certain parts of the film and pieced it together.
nah,
But you did bring up that
nah,
good
because
point that is certain scenes that you don't see in the movie. So that kind of
you don't. it. You don't see it, and that's why, like let's say, one of the most famous trailers of all time that did not change was The Lion King. And I
Hmm.
know you remember the Lion King trailer because you're like, the audience was captivated, first of all, because we're like, okay, who the fuck is Simba? Who is Mufasa? Who
The
is this
music
cat?
kind of did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they kept it, and they kept it because at the end they hit you with the "Doo, Lion King," and then
Yeah.
summer of, and it's always, you notice how the movie is always a year out. You're like,
Mm,
they never say it's dropping in December, like it's like April or some shit. This movie's dropping in December. No, it's dropping December 2020 type shit.
right.
I'm like, when he told me this, I was like, so you mean to tell me that a lot of my ideas that I have for film and television, I don't need to have a crazy ass budget. All I have to do is just cast the shit, get people involved, shoot it, and then go to and pitch it to the right people. And then if Hollywood says yes, or if Netflix says yes, then yeah, will give me the budget to shoot the whole movie. I didn't know that.
Makes sense to me.
It makes a lot of sense. And now I'm like, yo, if that's all it takes, if that's all it takes, all I gotta do is pitch an idea for a film, and either they'll give me the money to shoot it or they'll buy the idea and I can just make the money in the back end. I'm like, what the fuck am I still living in my fucking Bronx apartment for? Like, what am I here for?
Right.
Why am I here?
Like I've been sleeping.
I had no idea because we did the casting. You know what I'm saying? So when they're talking about, hey, now we got to shoot the trailer. I'm like, shoot the trailer? They're like, yeah. You didn't know that that's how it's done? I was like, hell no.
Wow.
So, Major Jewel, I didn't know that. Now you guys know. And if you
Bruh.
guys are if y'all are filmmakers or you're writers or whatever, and you think that what's hindering you from building that idea is you need to shoot the whole video, you need to have a whole budget, you need to pay all these actors. No, all you need is the concept shot, and then you hire someone to shop it around for you. And if they buy it, great. If not, you lose $500 on a camera and shit that you had to spend. But that's how it is. And I was
Speaking of trailers, though, do you remember last year when they said that they were going to reboot The Fresh Prince, but they were going to make it into a drama?
That wasn't a trailer. That was a parody.
So that's not going.
No, no, no. It was a parody. What happened was that they shot a trailer like parody. And it was just, to catch attention, clout or whatever. And then eventually, like today I saw on the news that they're gonna do it. They're gonna do a drama version of that.
I think some things should just be left alone, and that's one of them.
Yeah, Fresh
Like
Prince.
like Coming to America, like Fresh Prince. If they decide to reboot, like when I heard that they were going to reboot New York Undercover, like they've been pitching that idea for 2 years. I'm like, that's never going to work
No, honey, they can't. Like, there's certain reboots we don't need. That
because
is what we
because
don't need.
certain reboots require like when they try to redo the whole Roseanne thing, and I think we spoke about this too. They
Right.
25 years after the fact, Dan, y'all remember the show? Dan had a heart attack. He fucking died. Then here comes 25, 30 years later. Oh, he was in a coma. It was all a lie. They're back to the no, bitch. We ain't forget.
No,
We
we
ain't
did not.
forget. So it's like, how could you reboot something, but there was a finality in parts of New York Undercover where the character was not coming back. How are you going to reboot that
They
with
can't.
with quote unquote with the original cast? Half the original cast got killed after season 6. There's no way you can reboot that.
And what do they always do? Like, let's say that, there was a car accident and it killed like both of the main characters, and then like they do a reboot like 20 years later, and then you're like, oh, it was a dream. Oh, but you're old. You're
Yeah.
old.
And I remember the car exploding. I remember the whole how that whole thing went down. So it was like, okay, you cannot bring that back. Eddie Torres could never come back for a reboot because he died blown up in a freaking car.
Well, if they are like, I would say the only plausible explanation to do a reboot on something, Because again, like I said, this whole, oh y'all are, what do they call boomers, right?
Boomers.
Okay, boomer. Okay, okay, loser. Y'all
Basically.
have to. You call me a boomer, I call you a loser. Um, y'all have to create it already. You guys have to do reboots. We never had reboots like that. If we had reboots, we never really had reboots. We had spin-offs.
Yeah, and sometimes the spinoff did better than the actual show. Like Cheers, Frasier was a spinoff off of Cheers.
Yeah, bring back the spin-offs. You can never go wrong with that. Be careful with the cameos because cameos are very cringy. I
Uh,
don't
mm,
like cameos too much.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I just think that I think they're supposed to be doing another reboot of Friends too.
Why?
Uh, girl, I don't know. Look.
Bruh.
I have seen literally, I believe, every single episode of Friends. Right? That's just the humor in me. And yes, living single is. Yeah, I know they jack living single. I know somebody's gonna probably say that. But I just like Chandler's character. I felt like I was just like him and Phoebe. Um, but the thing that pisses me off about Friends is, just you got to leave well enough alone. There's nothing more. When Ross and Rachel broke up, what's her face, Monica and Chandler got married. That was when Friends got destroyed because when you have all these friends smash and procreating, I'm just not interested at that point.
It kind of
You know,
changes. It changes the dynamic, and it has in effect it'll change. It will change like how the scripts are being written.
yeah. Like, are there no new ideas ever? There's nobody out here thinking, that would be a good show. That would be a good concept. Why take, like, just like we have a lot of underground artists, underground talent, underground producers, there's a lot of amazing writers. Why are we tapping into shows that nobody's really looking for anymore? Like, we're not looking for Friends. Friends, I watch Friends when it's on. If I'm flipping the channels and if it's an episode, I remember I'll sit and I'll watch it. But I really don't.
Friends was a show that was for its time. You can't redo that today and expect that to pop.
Yes, that Seinfeld, King of Queens, the whole UPN 9 lineup. You can't. You really can't redo that. I just say we had a great run.
Yep.
What do we have new? What
Hmm.
do we have new? Reality shows. That's all we have. Reality shows that are scripted.
And everybody is jumping from one Love and Hip Hop to the next.
Yo, Love and Hip Hop is another show that me personally, I would love to be on Love and Hip Hop, but not as like a character. You know, I don't want to be anybody's artist. I want to be the bitch in the studio that sees the cheating and stuff. And I'm like in the confessional, like right now, listen, guys, I personally saw all of that. I saw the whole thing. Like I'm over here doing my mix. They talk with the,
They
I'm
talk
doing
with
the mix.
their hands, man. I'm telling you, like, put your hands down.
I was doing the mixing and shit. And next thing I know, this chick came in and I was like, girl, I'm like, yeah, that would never be me.
Yeah, no.
I'll probably be the most like ho hum, monotone bitch. I saw them cheating, but I said nothing because it wasn't my business. And
However, if the question arises,
then I will spill all the beans. No, but I just I could never do. I wouldn't mind doing Love and Hip Hop, but on a different level, like where Love and Hip Hop used to be when it first came out.
hmm
It's not the same now. It's totally. You can just tell it's scripted. Like you can just tell. First of
of
all, the
course it
camera,
is. Of course it's scripted. We know that. But back then, when they
the
first started to
camera.
pop, you couldn't tell us nothing.
Oh yeah, you couldn't. But it was more like reality show cameras because it's like because I shoot videos, I notice the difference in the color grading, the shading, the type of camera that's being used. These are not reality show cameras. These are cameras that you would use, you know, because it has color grading. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely a red camera that they're using. Definitely a red camera, or that the way that they're editing it, like it's like a music video. And I'm just like, this is not reality TV. Reality TV, I want the camera to be fucking shaking. You know what I mean? Like it's
Like
not,
cops.
sh- yeah, it's not shaking, held steady. Like it's all held steady, and
it's
it just
it's on a
seems like,
it's on a dolly and it's being pulled around the room and
yeah. That's
yeah.
why there's a channel on Pluto TV called, I think it's called Love and Hip Hop TV, right? So they also show the behind the scenes, and when you're looking at the behind the scenes, you know, Guan Guan Rasta Bigs, you see the people in the order, like let's say they're at a restaurant and everybody's just sitting around, but they're like fake eating.
The extras.
I'm like, y'all, if this is a reality show, first of all, you can't, as a director, you can't shoot like a vlog or anything like that unless you have permission. You can't just walk up into a public place and start
and
videotaping people.
everybody will have to fill out some type of waiver in a release
Yeah,
form.
a release form, because there were a couple of instances where people on YouTube, they go to like the mall and stuff like that, and I think this guy, he was pissed because he was cheating on his wife, and it was showed on this vlog that he was having lunch with somebody else. They didn't blur out their faces and stuff like that.
Right.
So I'm just like, yeah. When I shoot my vlogs, I usually say, I tell people, look, I'm gonna be shooting my vlog. Some people just roll up on you with their phone out, like, oh, what's good, yo, what's up, Ye Squad, what's good, we up in here. I'm like, hello,
This is not for you. Back up.
I want to be on your vlog. Like, you didn't ask me, and I just don't like adding people to that unless I get their permission, because something, God forbid something does happen. I don't want to get in trouble with nobody.
Right.
No DMCA, nothing on my shit.
Speaking of love and hip hop,
January.
segue. This really wasn't a topic, but I should point out. Uh, for those that follow the Joe Budden podcast, y'all see Joey's new teeth. They're not the love and hip hop specials. Them joints fit his mouth, and he looks all right with them. You don't have to
Wait,
miss
Joe
Joe.
Budden got new teeth?
Joe Budden got veneers, and he looks pretty damn. He looks all right.
Hold on.
He's on Instagram cheesing it up for the cameras. He needs to fix that beard though, cause that shit is gray.
Rasta says he looks slick.
Yeah,
I get-
cheesing like a Cheshire cat.
Hold
Man,
on, I gotta see this.
yeah, you gotta see
Joe,
that. Just go on his
okay.
Instagram. He's all over the place. Yeah, he did not get the Joel Santana's because Joel's fucked up and nobody told him
See,
so.
they did a good job, because you look at like Takashi's teeth, man. Them shit looks like.
Them joints is pearly. Look
But
like big ass chiclets.
I kind of like I like people with fucked up teeth.
What? Wait, hold on. Huh?
I like people with fucked up teeth. I feel like I could trust you more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you got like a perfect teeth, like you're not real. Yeah, Rasta says, personality. Yeah, like with my teeth, you know,
Bruh, I
I
mean,
got you
I mean,
back.
what's wrong with bettering yourself? I mean, we're not supposed to have fucked up teeth, dog.
They gotta be a little like a shade yellow. Not they don't gotta be white. They
If
don't
you
gotta be. Nobody's teeth in the planet is white.
they
Black.
not supposed to be yellow and brown and rotten from the inside either. But I mean, hey, shit happens. I've had some
Well,
teeth
I know
pulled.
definitely.
I've got this tooth right here that grew where it wasn't supposed to. Like I don't want to get braces to fix it, but shit is there.
I had one. I had one mild imperfection in my teeth. This tooth right here is fake. It's fake because I fucking, what did I do? Oh yeah, that's when I fainted and knocked my shit out.
Ugh,
So this
ouch.
this tooth is fake. But this tooth is always giving me problems because this tooth actually got pushed up in my whole fucking mouth when I hit the ground when I was
Ah,
a kid.
ow.
It just they like it, my they
Mm.
had I had to go to the
Like you got
dentist. They had
like
to
you got
clean my
curb stomped.
I got curb stomped because of an idiot on my grandmother's block that thought it was an interesting. He didn't know how to ride motorcycles, and
Mm.
I'm watching him. I'm bouncing my basketball, chilling by my grandma's gate, and he revved it. And instead of it just being a rev, he pulled. And when he was pulling, he couldn't stop and was
Mm.
coming toward. So when I went to move out the way, I tripped and I hit my
Mm.
teeth on the curb. So I literally I saw all I saw was blood, and I
Mm.
jumped up and I was like,
I cringe. I cringe when you tell me how you
came
messed
out
your
and she
teeth
saw
up.
like my tooth was pushed up into
Yeah, I cringe. Ugh. Ugh.
it now. Mhm.
Yeah, I cringe when you tell me that story. However, mine was similar to yours. However, I wasn't curb stomped. What happened?
I
My
curb stomped myself.
she stomped her damn self. No, what happened to my two front teeth was one tooth got cracked because I was playing hide and seek with my neighbor, and instead of opening the door like regular people, she decided to run and shoulder pop it open, and I was standing behind it, and I'm flying backwards. I got the shit knocked out of me, and I realized like 10 minutes later that my tooth was chipped.
Mm.
Fast forward a couple years later, I'm at the store getting some things for the house. It started to pour down raining. Now I only lived around the corner and a half a block away, but I had to hurry up and get home before the storm got bad. So I'm running home, and apparently my shoelaces got untied, and I tripped on a shoelace, and down goes
And
Frazier.
down goes Franklin.
Ball of bleach goes flying down the street, chips everywhere. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta hurry up, I gotta get the bleach, gotta get the chips, da da da. Didn't even realize my tooth was chipped until I got to the house. I was like, oh, not again, god damn it. So that's
Yes, I was like, no, not again.
no, not again. But it was no blood. It was no blood. It didn't hurt. But my mom's ex husband, my ex stepdad, I guess you can call him. He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, trying to cover
Mm.
my face up and run in my room before anything happened because I'm like worried that I'm going to get in trouble for fucking my teeth up. Okay, whatever. Where's the blood? Where's the ouch? Where's the pain? There is none. And I ended up getting them fixed. So I
Well,
I rocked the Nas for a long time, and I got picked on because of it.
I hated my teeth my whole life. They used to call me a buck-tooth beaver as a kid.
Ah, that's mild.
Rasta says, I hate to be that person, but it's my third straight day and no music. What music? Oh, did you send me music? Um, I would definitely say, in the Lion King, um, when Rafiki draws Simba in the sand or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So I had an imperfection in my tooth for a whole when I was a kid. It was just like it was in my tooth, like a design. And I was like, okay. So I finally went. They didn't fix it until I was like 19, 20. They were like, oh, we could just like scoop it out and then replace it with, the filler. And I was just like,
Scoop it
you mean,
out.
yeah, they shaved it out. But, the thing that bothers me is that I literally, I just felt like I should have left it alone because now I have nothing but numbness.
Mm.
That's why when I talk, it sounds like my teeth are fake, but it's because I can't feel them.
Well, I could feel mine, and I'm always worried I'm going to eat something that cracks them again.
Yeah, I'm scared of
Um,
that.
who,
Also,
who was at the commented and said something about some music?
Rasta Biggs. Rasta, if you sent us some music, let me know.
Yeah,
Let me know some.
I'm looking at the emails. Just let us know.
Yeah, what email did you send it to? Um, Also, I want to point out that we're also live on our app, which is Zeno Radio. You see, it says Zeno Radio, Minx Radio. Y'all can tune in if you have to leave the live and you want to stay tuned. You definitely can head over there and listen to it right on the browser. Rasta Biggs, the title says he says indie music I thought you were playing music. Well,
We
it's the
play
Reddit
we
talk.
play we play music at the beginning of the show, and the only reason why we do not we what we used to do was play through our segments, but we constantly got flagged. Videos are getting muted on Facebook, so for that
Yeah,
purpose, we
yesterday,
only
right?
yeah. Yesterday, my video got muted because I played an indie. I played some indie tracks, so we try to play them at the beginning of the shows, maybe 2 to 3 tracks at the beginning of the shows, and maybe one at the end. But because we're getting copyright strikes left and right, thanks YouTube, uh, and Facebook is muting our shit. So
Yes, Rasta Biggs. We are on. Actually, we are on platforms. You can actually, if you want to see what in our side, you can head over to rtimshow.com. Um, but we I have several um stuff on this channel. I got the punchline, which is a literal song review show. Um, what else? I have the Ming Show podcast. That's also a music show. So yeah, there's a couple of shows that we have. So if you're interested and you're trying to connect with us, you can visit us at rtimshow.com, take a screenshot, and you can actually head over there right now. You can see that we are live on our website as well. So rtimshow.com.
yeah, one day we're gonna do a music show, and but the problem is caffeine is not going to allow music either.
After talking to them, the thing is that with caffeine, um, they don't really go crazy with copyright strikes. It's just that, if we got permission, we just have to gather those permission. If you send us a song, then you have to if you fill out the form and send us a song, that would be we'll cover our asses pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah,
So if you fill out,
see RTIM started on Station Head, which is a music app. And
right.
we did play a lot more music on Station Head, but this was before we were live streaming. We just, we try to keep doing that to big up the indie artists, because that's exactly who we're here for. But I mean, we're getting strikes and getting things muted, and DCMA and all this extra DMCA, whatever the hell it is. Ain't got time.
And this is why it's so upsetting as an artist, as a producer, as a person that supports the underground. It's hard for people like us to do live stream shows like this when you have so many artists that are intelligent enough to make sure that they're covered with the YouTube content ID, and they have their music license, they have their licensing information, and their publishing information is on point. So I applaud you guys on that. But I get,
I'm tired of seeing TuneCore.
I'm tired of seeing, TuneCore, Song Trust, all these places hitting me up. And I'm like, all I say to you artists is that it's dope that y'all have shit on lock, but you also should not be sending any music to a social broadcaster until you have told your publishing company that you gave us permission to play it, because we're getting in trouble doing you a favor.
Hmm.
And that's not fair to us. We have to chase you down. We have to say, hey, do me a favor, reach out to your publishing company and let them know that, so this is why we have to take signatures now. We have to have you fill out shit now. And now I understand why other platforms have to do that,
Hmm.
because, it's either that or this is what happens. I can go and apply for the licensing, right, for all of this. I could do that. But then that means that when y'all submit songs for us to play, you have to pay. So if you're not going to reach out to your publishing company and saying, look, I gave RTIM show, I gave Mink Show podcast, I gave Minx Radio permission to play my song, and you're not following up with your people, then if we have to pay to be, and it's not like a one-time pay shit. This is every year, every quarter, you have to keep renewing this. So it's not cheap. It's not cheap to run an operation like this. That's why, donations, merch, all that stuff is what covers these costs.
And even if you sent us direct MP3s, those get flagged too.
They get flagged
Those get
because a lot
flagged
of y'all
too.
are
So
using uncleared samples. You're not. doing it right. So if you're using uncleared samples, if you're
Or
not using,
uncleared beats, period.
Rasa says, is it because you're monetizing your content? No,
No,
our shit is not.
our our YouTube page cannot be monetized. Number one,
And
we don't and number one, we don't have 1,000 subs to even begin to monetize. But even if we did have 1,000 subs, we wouldn't be able to monetize because we've gotten so many strikes from YouTube.
and they try to tell you this is not a strike. It's yeah, it is a strike. It is.
Yeah, that's we can never monetize this page.
Yeah,
Sucks.
we our channel. The only way that we, people are getting around the monetizing of shit is that people are buying their own, platforms. Period. So that's what we're doing. We're in the process, which is dropping September the 1st, is dropyourlinks.com. And that's going to be a social site where we can live stream and do all that stuff on there. I love caffeine. Don't get me wrong. Thank you, Rasta. He says, I learn something every day with y'all. Yeah. Um,
That's what we're also here for.
yeah, I'm here to educate. I'm here to educate. Um, the problem is that, all these apps we know, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, they are owned by corporations. I say to people, instead of getting mad, I got so tired of being mad and saying this is not fair, this is not right. You teach me how I can make and build my own social media site, which I did, which is going to drop. And now I run the shit. Now I'm Mark Zuckerberg. Now what? I'm Ming Zuckerberg.
Oh no, don't ever.
I'm Ming Zuckerberg. Yeah, you miss MySpace? Yeah, it's gonna be like MySpace. You miss how Facebook used to be? It's gonna be how Facebook used to be. You miss how Instagram used to be? It's gonna be just like how Instagram used to. It's gonna be just like how World Star used to be.
Before the
So
fight videos.
before the fight videos, it's going to be a small group of people. When I say small, 2,500 people. So 2,500 people come, 200 fuck up. They get kicked and booted, IP address banned. They're not allowed to come back. So it's going to be VIP only. VIP. People want real promo. People want real engagement. We're going to give it to them.
Gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah, and I read everything. I read everything online. What people miss, what people want. They want to just do two things. They want to go live when they want to, and they want to make money. That's it.
And they would like to be able to play music without being told that the shit's gonna be muted.
It's dope though, because this is also going to have Spotify API integration. So you're going to get paid for your streams anyway. So I really sat and planned this shit for 2 years. I actually coded this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just
It's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot.
yeah. I literally sat here studying all this stuff and I said, you know what? I know what we need. I know what we're tired of. We're tired of algorithms. I don't think apps should have algorithms. I just think that if your post is popular, it should be at the top. If it's not popular, it gets moved down to the bottom. Period. It's not going to be based on, oh, because you have uh 80% engagement and 3 likes, we're going to push it up to the front. No, it's not going to work like that.
And hashtags and all that crazy shit.
People can use hashtags. They
But
can use hashtags.
I think hashtags kind of sort of uh, it's not even the fact of knowing how to use the right ones and when to and all that. Just the fact of using the hashtags kind of sort of messed up the whole. I liked it better before you could use hashtags because now it's like producers are selling beats just off of hashtags. It's not even about if your music's hot. It's because of the hashtag. Like if I make a beat and I put it up and it says hashtag Drake, hashtag OVO, hashtag, of course someone's going to look at it because of the hashtags because they want to see, it doesn't sound like Drake, doesn't sound like OVO. Instead of just clicking on my shit just because, I mean, it's there. I should not have to use 50 hashtags just to be seen and be put on an Explorer page. That's nuts to me.
See, the whole thing about hashtags, we know hashtags began on Twitter.
Hmm.
Okay. Once again, Instagram being a colonizing app took a system, right? What are hashtags? Hashtags are literally like if you go to the library, some of y'all have never been, but you go to the library and you have categories. So let's say I want to look up dogs, right? I'm going to go over to the dogs. I'm looking for dogs. So I'm going to take that card that says dogs and I'm going to look through the dogs, right? But then you look and you're like, the fuck is this cat doing in here? That's what y'all are doing with these hashtags, right? That's what that means. So you want to know why meme pages blow up? Because the one thing I think everybody keeps forgetting is you need a niche. You need a niche. Okay. If you are a rapper, your niche is rapper shit. So why would you take a hashtag that has to do with relationships, a hashtag that has to do with makeup, a hashtag? Because then what happens is Instagram says, you know what? This motherfucker thinks they slick. 24-hour ban. That's what they
Uh,
do.
it's like
That's how these.
it's pretty much like stay in your lane.
Yeah. So if you notice, one of the features that people don't use on Instagram is that they don't. You know how you can follow hashtags.
Hmm.
People don't ever like. I'll look at my stories and they'll say you had 10 viewers based on the hashtag story. I'm like hashtag story. Yeah, hashtag story, which means somebody looked when I put podcast and they looked at everybody that put the hashtag podcast in their stories. But you can only use one. People think they're slick. I've noticed that people tag me and shit. It's just a picture, but there's no words. I was like, oh, you put my name behind the picture. You think I'm dumb. You think I'm stupid.
You're stupid.
So think I'm dumb. So this is the whole purpose of, like I said, with Instagram. Instagram was just a dope app. It didn't need stories. We had Snapchat for that.
You
It
did.
didn't
You
need
didn't need
hashtag.
reels.
We did not need reels. And that's the only way you're getting engagement now, which I noticed. What's up, Fresh Tanks? But where social media used to be, we kind of dropped the ball with MySpace. It was so fucking simple. We had a bulletin board. So if you had a party, you'd put in the bulletin board, you had a party. You had a blog. So if you wanted to tell everybody, I hate my life and fuck everybody, you wrote your blog. You had your top eight, and then you had pictures of you. You didn't have pictures of your mom and your dad and your sister and your brother and your cousins and your shoes and your job. And you only had pictures of you. So that's what fucked up because they wanted to cram everything into one. And it didn't need to be.
Then it
Oh,
became
Rob,
too much.
shout out to Rob for doing that. We didn't need that. So that's why we everybody is failing. Everyone is failing, and that's why I hang out on Reddit now because I'm like, fuck it. I hang out on Reddit. I get my jewels. I get my info. I have my regulars that I talk to every day, and Instagram is dead. Twitter is dead. The algorithm has been changing. Thank you, Black. Damn, Roster. How many people you invited?
Yeah, bring them on in there.
Bring them on in. Black Harris. I'm gonna follow you, Black. Um, he said the whole family. Well, yeah, get the whole family in.
Bring
Get the
'em.
whole family in.
Hey, did
No,
you?
but it's the truth. You
But
damn.
it's just uh, I don't know. Social media is one of those games that you really it ain't one of those like you if you really trying to get into it, it's got a manual. You have to read it. And it's just it's not as simple as posting and leaving it alone, which is basically what I do because I'm not into the whole thing like the thing that you do, like when you use certain hashtags and these are blocked and this is banned. I don't know. I can't keep up. I just post. I rant.
Yeah.
I post. I crack jokes. I post food. Speaking of that, Reuben was the bomb diggity. I
I
had a,
saw
I had a taste for sauerkraut. Like that was so freaking random, and I like sauerkraut, but I never have it.
I love
I was like, yo,
I
I got a
love
taste
it.
for sauerkraut. I'm gonna order me a Reuben. I smashed that bitch.
It tastes real good on a glizzy.
Speaking of glizzy, that's what we were supposed to have been discussing today.
Like, what the fuck is a glizzy?
Who told y'all to change the name of hot dog? That was the simplest shit ever. You took hot dog and turned it. It's that Chicago shit.
Yeah, Rasta says that DMV, that's the DMV shit.
Is it DMV
Yeah,
or Chicago? No, that's
DC.
no. That's DC only. Don't put DMV.
Yeah.
That's DC only. Virginia, that ain't. We don't call it that shit. No disrespect to DC, but we don't call it
It,
that.
it just seems so weird to me because it's like, okay,
Unless you live in McLean or Alexandria. Other than that, further than that, we don't say that. We say hot dog.
where did was first of all, when did eating a hot dog suddenly become gay for men?
It's putting meat in your mouth. Come on now. You got condiments. You got mustard on the corner of your mouth.
Dude said you turn it to the side and you use your front teeth. You go, but you gotta let everybody know that you taking the, the. I'm like,
That's a
why,
sandwich.
first of all, why would another man be looking at how another man's mouth?
Y'all done already ruined bananas for men. Men break apart bananas and eat them. They don't even eat bananas the right way anymore. Y'all really sexualize freaking
Yeah, they.
food. That shit sucks. I can't eat a hot dog in front
I
of my
just I
boys
never
because
thought.
it looks kind of fruity if I put a sausage in my mouth. You know what I mean? Like, eat it.
He's like,
Shit.
yeah. He said, I hate. And there was another video I saw. A guy was at a barbecue, and the women that were there, like the dude turned and he's just like trying not to let them see. And I'm like, over a hot dog, really?
Yeah.
What? Come on, it's just food. No one's going. Oh my god, look how he ate that hot dog. He knew how he was holding that. How he was holding what? A glizzy?
Y'all gotta stop that shit. I hate that.
I don't get it. Yeah, y'all need to stop sexualizing everything. That's a
Stop.
problem.
Eat your hot dog. Eat your banana. You need your potassium. You need your protein.
Yeah, or you get all cramped up and you look like your feet are doing the crip walk.
Oh goodness, y'all scared to eat food.
Food, food makes you gay.
I guess my leg.
My leg, yo, I have low potassium.
Yeah.
I started taking it because I was like, why do my toes keep looking like I just kept getting cramps? And I was like, what the hell? Is it because of how I'm sitting? Is it because of how I sit all day? I think I'm in need of a gaming chair.
Have you ever heard the old trick to eat a tablespoon of mustard? Mustard.
No.
It actually works.
Tablespoon of mustard for those cramps?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I love mustard, by the way. What kind of mustard though?
Yellow mustard's fine.
Okay.
It'll do.
Okay. Because there's so many different kinds. Like I have Hellman's mayonnaise and they have Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip. I don't. It was so crazy. One night I was so hungry. I wanted a sandwich, and I saw it. All we had was Cool Whip, and I just decided to
Wait,
go to
wait, wait,
sleep
wait, wait.
hungry.
Cool Whip or Miracle Whip?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Miracle Whip. My bad.
I gotta say, you
Miracle Whip.
why are you putting Cool Whip on sandwiches? Something is not right with you.
Mi- Miracle Whip. Right. I literally decided. I said I would rather go to bed hungry than eat this shit, and that's exactly what I did.
I'll eat a drop if I put mayonnaise on my sandwich. I can't.
I can't. It has to be Hellman's. I'm sorry. It can't be anything else. It just tastes too sweet. I don't think that mayonnaise should be sweet.
I like Miracle Whip, but it has to be like a very thin ass I could read through it layer. I can't have
Yeah.
gobs of it just oozing out the side of my sandwich. Now that looks nasty.
Yeah, but then it also has to mesh well with the mustard.
Oh, of course.
It has to, or else it just won't work out.
See,
It
there we
just
go
won't work
talking about food again.
out.
Uh,
I love it.
Bruh.
I love it.
it's just what we do.
Mind you, for I don't know if this is a segue or not, but I'm wearing my favorite shirt, blue check motherfucker. Right. It's gonna be dropping in the LV2 store after my EP drops, and y'all can get all the Crypto Bag, Blue Check Motherfucker. What's the other one I have? Kiss My Ads. That's my other favorite one for people that are into
Inter-
buying and purchasing ads.
Internet Screets.
Internet Screets is another one. I got a couple of more coming out that I'm working on. But I want to make sure that the everything, the store and everything is perfect before I drop it. So definitely Blue Check Motherfucker. I had 3 people stop me and ask me, "Where did you get that shirt?" I'm like, "I made it. It's mine." And they're like, "Do you have a store?" I'm like, "Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet."
not yet, but I'm gonna get one.
But when the store does drop, it'll be on Minkstagram.com, Minkstagram, and you guys can be able to buy it directly from there. So, yeah.
Um, the writers of The Sopranos and Goodfellas, are supposed to be collaborating and teaming up to make a mob-based television series. That's going to be interesting,
Hmm.
and I think I'm going to be there for it.
Of course.
That's if it's a go. So I'm definitely going to be there for that.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course.
Got to be. I'm just mad they kind of sort of dropped the whole idea of, that spinoff that they were supposed to been doing when they go back 40 years to when Tony Soprano was like a young guy and all that shit. And it kind of sort of delved more into his father and the background of all the old guys and da 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 da. And I don't know if they still gonna do that or what. But if y'all don't know, they were supposed to have been doing that little spinoff, and James Gandolfini's son was supposed to been playing the part of Tony. I don't know if they still gonna do it, but they keep pushing the date back because Corona.
Yeah, because Corona just fucking ruined everything.
Just
Everything.
everything.
Every fucking thing. Especially with that's why I said right now, Netflix. What if you was to pitch an idea to them, they'll sop that up like it's a biscuit.
Netflix, I don't know what they thought they were doing with when they decided to put all of UPN on Netflix. Y'all basically put up all the shit that I didn't watch.
Yeah. One on one. Who watched one on one? I don't think I watched one on one.
I watched maybe a half episode.
Well, they're having, major competition with a lot of other networks too. Like again, like I said, Pluto TV, I love it. I think it's
Well,
a
I
dope.
mean, you could see Moesha, Girlfriends. You could see all that shit on BET, Her,
Yeah.
and Bounce, and you see all those shows every day on broadcast TV.
Speaking of, did you see how people are dissecting Moesha?
Think pieces. It's the new wave.
361 Dub says that extension cord looks dangerous. I know, right?
You plug something else.
But this is a master switch. I turn this off at night. Like as soon as I get done with all this, I shut everything down. Yeah,
Shut it down.
the one before this was dangerous as hell. Like I kept hearing the buzzing noise, and I was like,
Ooh.
I'm going to die in here.
At least I die doing what I love.
But what I did find online, which is what I ordered too, it's like a long, like it's like the size of this wall, like all plugs. So and it hides all the plugs too. So that's definitely what I was looking for. But since we're moving, I'm just like I might just hold on to that shit.
Yeah, you never know when you need it. Just put it in there with the
Yeah,
rest of your cords. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, this whole space is my sanctuary. So
yeah. They call Moesha a spoiled, bitter hood rat who only seemed deep because she was writing in her diary with instrumentals playing in the background. Really? Y'all really gonna sit there and talk shit about Moesha?
they said she was a toxic friend.
Yeah, it says she was the most toxic friend you could ever have.
She After I thought about it, because I think I've seen damn near every episode of Moesha. After I
But
thought about it, I was
it
like,
all
yo,
makes sense.
she kind of was a toxic ass friend. Like every time Nisi or somebody did something to better themselves, she would remind them about the squalor that they live in. You know, oh, but you remember your mom works 3 jobs, so I don't know how you're gonna maneuver this acting gig. And you're just like, yo, bitch, you supposed to be my friend.
Like, why you keep trying to downplay my shit?
Yeah. And I think the worst thing that they could ever do to Moesha was first of all, Ray J played like damn near every character on there before that
Before
just
he
became her.
became the cousin. Yeah.
Nobody ever said anything about that. Just like what, the whole thing that I could never understand is how the hell do y'all replace characters and don't say shit? You just when you keep moving, but then they're not even the same hue of what it is that they were replaced with, like Aunt Viv or who else?
That Aunt
Family
Viv shit.
Matters.
Yeah, they switched out Harriet's. They,
Yeah, they switched out Harriet and this is why I say they give us light skinned people like a really bad rap. They really do. Like we literally sit there and say, "Oh, I wonder which dark skinned person's life I can ruin today."
oh
It's like,
wow.
no,
Listen to this review. Um, and this is from 2008. I think Moesha was a very good and educational program. I think that the show dealt with many issues of the world today, including relationships, drugs, violence, school, etc. I enjoy every episode, especially the ones where Moesha and Hakeem finally hooked up. I thought the show got better with each season. I like the cast, and each one has a good acting resume. I also like the fact that Brandy starred in a show in which it dealt with things and issues that she was probably already going through. I watched the show when it first came on to the day it was canceled.
look,
That's positive.
Moesha was the typical, and this is like, remember, I know we talked about this a long time ago, but she is the typical person. Had mom, no, her mom died. Her dad,
Dad
and she had
remarried.
dad remarried, big ass house, nice area, little brat brother. But she always gravitated to the thugs. Why do the people that are well off, their parents that busted their ass to take them out of elements of being hood, they gravitate to that. They want the dude that's been in and out of jail and shit. Like it's almost like, blackfishing.
right.
It technically is. Like if I was to do that shit,
Offspring, what's
right?
up?
What's up to Offspring? I see him he's liking my tweets on Twitter. Um if I was to go like, and this has happened, I went to Catholic school. You know that I was around these preppy motherfuckers, right? And then you have me now, rapper in the Bronx somewhere chilling, right? What happened there? I'll tell you exactly what happened there. You didn't hang out with the right crowds. You were teased and bullied and ridiculed and all that shit, made fun
Mm-hmm.
of, called bougie, which I hate to be called bougie. Um, and you kind of befriend these people because you want to have hood clout. Like, look, yeah, there's a bodega down the street from me type shit. So
Like that's something to brag about, really?
it's something to like. My grandmother used to always say to me, "You're not hood. There's nothing hood about you." She would tell me that it's unfortunate that you have to adapt to now both lifestyles because we wanted you to have the best. We wanted you to have the best education, the best upbringing, hang around the right kids. But then, if once you have a household full of siblings and stuff, you start noticing that you have one sibling that excels, and then you have the other one that's in and out of trouble. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of bad. Like they always say, give your kids shit that you never had. I had everything. I had the best of both worlds. So when I look at my little one, I want her to find herself. I don't want her to feel like she's forced into being preppy because I want the best for her, and then still wind up hanging out with some hood boogers.
That's the hood buggers.
So that's what sucks. Like, a lot of the conversations that I see in the black community about, you have rappers that never lived that life, never held a gun in their life, never had a gun in their face in their life, but they rapping about the shit. That's where I draw the line. Because that's totally, you didn't live like that, so why are you rapping about that shit? Me, I can rap about that shit because I lived that life too. So I know what it was like to have, you know, you couldn't put your cup down on the table unless there was a coaster. And I know what it was like to have a fucking Corona at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I know, I understand. So when people tell me, "Oh, there's no way," on Instagram, there's no way possible that you ever lived in the hood. I'm like, well, I did. I slept on the floor.
Hood is a state of mind. I mean, your geographicals really. Meh. I
I don't
mean,
look like a hood bitch.
I can't unless you can. If you're gonna sit there and say the projects is part of the hood, then okay. I've never lived in an apartment. I've never lived in a complex. I never lived that life. But the neighborhood where I grew up, while it wasn't the best, I wouldn't say it was like the hood. You know what I mean? It's all in how you were raised and like you said, the people that was around you.
Yeah. But why do we glorify that? Like, it's like black people, for some reason, we like to cut down other black people that were not
You know
raised
what? We
in.
we are exhausting. I'm tired of we. We are exhausting. I'm tired of us.
Yeah. When they say we, when they be like we, I kind of like, I love to jump into those topics on Facebook because I'm just like, is it we or is it you?
You know, it's
Because,
you. Don't speak for me. It's you.
and they get so defensive, right? So I look at it as a black woman for myself. I was lucky enough to have a village in my family to raise us. I was lucky to have that. But when I became an adult, I became a fuck up because they didn't teach me street smarts. You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
you had to make your own decisions and figure it out on your own.
That's the problem. That's why I keep telling these parents, these holier than now parents, I'm like, yeah, you can give your kid the best education. You could put them in the best neighborhood in the school system. You can have a three-family home. They can have every toy, every device. Their iPhone breaks, they get a brand new one same day, full price type shit. They can have the best clothes. They can have the best shoes. But what's going to happen is that when they get older, they don't understand street smarts. They don't understand jealousy and envy because if they go to a community college, then what's going to happen is that they're going to be involved with people that are, they don't have that kind of shit. They're working a job. You're like playing video games. They're working a job because they have to buy their books. So
Hmm.
they don't understand the concept. What is that word that they use for, a kid that uh he gets drunk or some shit. He drives a car, kills 8 people, and then the courts, they sit there and they say, "Oh, he's affluent."
Yeah, yeah.
So you create an affluence in these kids because they don't think, they don't believe that their actions, come with consequences. So again, I used to get mad, but I don't anymore because I got thrown into the lion's den of the hood. I got thrown into the lion's den, literally in jail. It took me going to jail for me to realize that, yo, hmm, my family can't protect me here. My
Hmm.
family can't, obviously running with the wrong crowd and shit. I'm like, they can't protect me here. Their lawyers can't get me out here tonight. I'm stuck here for 30 days. That was a big wake up call. And shout out to Angela, wherever you are. You're an angel, even though you scared me to death when you rolled up on me talking about, can I braid your hair?
Oh my God.
I said, I don't think I want you to touch. I said, let me braid your hair. I said, okay, right, we're gonna start here.
Be careful with my edges now. Be careful with my edges.
But that whole experience, when she's braiding my hair, she's telling me, look, this is real. This is real life shit.
Oh, she DMX? What the fuck?
She sounded like DMX. I thought she was related to him and shit.
Oh my
But
gosh.
she was like, this is real life shit. No makeup. You ain't got no, your hair. You ain't got no purse. You ain't got no phone. When I tell you that I want $5 on my commissary, you better make that shit happen if you want me to protect you. I was like,
Ooh,
okay.
all right. I can get that 5 for you tomorrow.
Absolutely. CO, may I please make a phone call? I didn't get my one phone call. He says, go right ahead. I said, you gotta get me out of here. Please. They're touching me. No, but it's
She's braiding my hair.
here's the thing. What? Don't look at, she's my bitch. I was like, this
Oh.
is only county. Help me. But I learned my lesson. And I'm glad that I went through that. I'm glad that I went through homelessness. I'm glad that I lost everything. I'm glad because I had it all, lost it all, and got it all back. And that's just any sort of jewel manifested for anybody that feels like you're at like your lowest point. There is no such thing as a lowest point because even if you are at the lowest point, you can only go back up. You can't go lower than the lowest point. So if you at the lowest point in your life and you're like, fuck this, fuck everything, I'm about to hang it up, just remember, you can't go any lower. You can only go up, and things can only get better. They can't get worse. Dun, 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 dun.
Wah, wah. But
Where's the sound effects? Where the hell the sound effects?
I couldn't get it brought up in time. My iPad's acting stupid for some damn reason. Um,
Yo, fuck my iPad, man. I hate that shit.
I probably got to update. That's probably why.
I
Back
want
to
to update it.
Moesha though. I'm reading tweets, and someone tweeted Moesha had a 1001 fat jokes for Kim, but Kim was dusting her in the fashion department. You know what? You always had that one friend that could dress. And low key, I had a friend who could dress. Like, damn, I really like your outfit. Can I borrow it? This was before. This
Man,
was
honey,
before I. But this was before I was the fat friend. It's like, yeah. Can I borrow your pants? I want to dress cool too. Someone else tweeted, Moesha was such a hater to her friends in a lot of those episodes and ungrateful as fuck when it came to her family life. With her friends, she wanted to be center and most popping, and if she wasn't, she had a fit. With her family, I cut some slack for grieving, but she was annoying as hell. Yeah, because she was trying to, you know, get cool with the stepmom, and stepmom was too strict, and she wasn't having that.
and she was a
Yeah, she wanted to hang with the rough and tough.
principal on top of that. Is she the principal?
Who?
The stepmom.
I think she was. It's been over 20 years since I seen it. I don't know. Oh, they said Frank did all that controlling and watching Moesha the whole time. He cheated on his dead wife and made a baby and then gave
I
the
just
baby to his sister to raise. That's nuts.
or the dean. Was she the dean? Yeah, she was the dean.
Oh,
Yeah, she
goodness.
was. Because I remember there was a couple of times like that episode when Miles was smoking weed. They made a big such a big deal. Like, Moesha, you're the one that's been doing. No, why does it always have to be me? Why don't you go check on Miles? Maybe he's the one that's smoking. And he really was smoking the whole time.
And they was like, Moesha, you just being a hater and a snitch. Leonard, what's up?
Yeah, she was a hater and a snitch.
She was the Jan Brady of the crew. Yeah, sure, Jan. Oh goodness. What else is going on? What else is going on? Hold on. What else is going on?
I'm still getting alerts from that conversation from earlier.
Really? Seriously.
So
Nick Cannon is planning a $1.5 billion lawsuit against Viacom over Wild 'N Out. Do you think they're gonna give it to him? I mean, he did create the show from scratch and hired pretty much everybody.
Nick Cannon, he ain't gonna make it.
He ain't gonna make it. He gonna get Wild 'N Out.
Nope. You know what? I hope that he wins, but he won't. And it'll probably be again, you know, he'll fall into a deep depression and blah blah blah. You know, they already have it out for him for that Dr. Sebi documentary that he still hasn't dropped.
Uh, I mean, if you're gonna kick him off the network, the least you can do is let him, give him his show. I mean, he's the reason why. Why? I mean, he made Wild 'N Out. He put people on, and that would really suck for them to make an example out of him because of something that he said, which was the truth, and they just didn't like it.
They didn't like it because you can't. The thing is, when you're black, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how much wealth you have. You still have a owner. And you
Hmm.
can't come out here playing insert consciousness. You know, this is what I say. This is what bothers me about this whole pandemic shit because it did give a lot of give people a lot of time to think. It gave people a lot to, of course, wake up to a lot of what's been going on. But the only thing that bothers me is that I'm like, if you felt this way about these people, this is to Nick. You felt this way about these people, but yet you still tap dancing for them, and you tap danced for them for years. You can't come out your face now talking about you woke and shit. They don't work like that. It's either you half woke or you sleep, sleep. That was me roaring again. I don't know what the I never have gas, and I you know
that's
what?
the weirdest feeling right there. It's like,
It is, it's, like,
indigestion, like
stuck
when you
in my
eat too fast.
yeah, it's stuck in my throat, and usually after I eat, I have coffee, so that heat actually, like, makes my stomach settle, but I guess I hoofed that shit down. That was a pretty good garlic chicken.
Yeah, you was
Yeah.
hungry.
Mm,
You was hangry. uh,
mm.
Keisha Cole reveals that Tupac wanted to leave Death Row Records and sign with Quincy Jones before his death. When I first read that, I'm like, how the fuck does Keisha Cole know? But at the time, she said she was 15 years old when she met Tupac, and he kind of sort of, told her. I don't know how and why. Number one, it didn't really give a backstory as to how Keisha knew Tupac and how they met and all that, and I really didn't go into all that. Um, but she said that, she was 16 when he died, and she also explained that MC Hammer had introduced her. She knew MC Hammer too. Goddamn connections. MC Hammer introduced her to Death Row Records, which is where she met Tupac and Suge, and I guess Tupac confided in her that he wanted to leave the label, but she says
Ah,
she says right when my birthday was coming around, I just remember getting earrings in the mail from Death Row Records, but Suge, of course, was already in jail. This seems kind of weird for you to be dropping this tea now. It's like,
honestly, it's not because w they're getting to the bottom of this Biggie and Tupac murder. You know what I'm saying?
if they ain't
They're
got
getting to
if
the
they ain't got it
bottom.
by now, it's been over 20 some odd years. Just let them rest.
But you know what?
We
They
will
can't
never know.
rest because the whole Biggie Tupac shit, like I've been studying this Biggie and Tupac murders for a while because it just never sat right with me. Why the fuck would anybody kill Biggie? Why the fuck would anybody want to kill Tupac? And it only has one like plausible reason. They was both planning a business move where Diddy and Suge was like, yo, we about to lose a lot of money. So that's why I say with a lot of these artists, when you get to the point when you are worth more dead than alive,
Hmm.
that's when it's time to leave the business. That's when it's time to leave the business. Because a lot of these artists that die mysteriously, I'm like, wow, look at how crazy their streams went. Even local acts. Like I be hearing, and I hate to say this, but it is true. And as a radio host, I'm very shamed to say this. Um, I don't really hear like when someone dies, an artist dies, and people are like, "Yo, I can't believe it." I start digging into their music. I start listening to who they were, like most of us do. And that's what makes me feel like sometimes like Pop Smoke for instance. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from New York. I never heard of him. Never heard of him until he died. But everybody was rocking with him. Everybody was playing his music. He was on all these shows and stuff. And I'm like, so I had to figure out, I had to change up something about how I discover music because we can't wait for people to die to discover their music.
Hmm.
We can't wait for social media to tell you that an artist is hot. You just have to start, which I believe one of the things that producers always say when I always come out and say, why don't y'all just work with local acts? Like what is the stigma that y'all got to work with people online and then get let down because they don't come through, they don't pay up, they don't do this, they don't do that, they don't have their business right. You know, why would you want to do that? Why wouldn't you just want to put out like a casting for the artists that are in your community, people, so you can get to know them? How do you not know if perhaps you trying to make a connect out in the Netherlands and you may have the hottest MC or the hottest singer in your city? And those artists are looking for producers. And that's why we always come, like, whenever one of our own in our cities wind up passing away or perishing, and we find out, oh my God, this person is from my city. I never heard of them. It's because we're not doing enough to get to know, I believe, the artists that are in our city. So when it comes to like Biggie, Tupac, and all of them, and you see how they put each other on and all that, I'm like, yo, I really strongly believe that they were taken out because Tupac and Biggie was planning something. They were probably planning like to unite the East and West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
There was just too much shit going on at that time.
Yeah, because
Sometimes
they were homeboys before that whole beef, jumped off. So it was like that would only be the only solution to that, I think.
and Californians, I love y'all to death, but y'all keep forgetting that Tupac was born here.
Mm-hmm. In Harlem,
Tupac,
wasn't it?
he was in, yeah, Tupac is a New Yorker. I know he reps the West Coast and shit, so does Minx. But what I'm saying is that you have two New York artists that were planning on a movement. And because that would have stepped on the toes of Sean Diddy Combs and Suge fucking Knight, these people died. They were murdered. What help? We know who helped them. I ain't gonna say it on the show, but they had help. So they had something to do with that. I'm sorry. I know that they did. There is no, why is Diddy still relevant? Diddy would not be relevant if he did not keep using Biggie's fucking snippets on every song.
Yeah, because after a while he put out what was it uh Puff Daddy and the Family,
Hmm.
used his old verses on new songs. The videos had you know pictures of him in the videos, and yeah.
Yeah. But that's my whole point. Everyone keeps looking at it as he's paying homage to his friend. Nah.
But he's
Who
not the
owns the
but he wasn't the
publishing?
only but he's not the only artist on that roster. So why is it that, I mean, of course, because he's gone and all, but you could have showed that same love to Shine or Loon, or who was the other guy, G Dep, anybody.
Right.
But you're
Or
milking Biggie because he's dead, and that kind of sucks.
yes, it does.
Hey,
Say hey. Say hey, Sherry. Hey, 759. Say hey, 759. You can't see?
she
Right
can't
here.
see.
Say 759. Say hey.
Can you see me?
She sees you.
Oh, hi, Gina. Now I can't see her. I see hair.
Hold on. I'm just scared that she may blow your ears out. Here, come. Come here. Okay.
Big girl.
Yeah.
Whoop.
All right.
Yeah, there
Better?
we go. Hey, there she go.
Say
That's our
random talking in music. Yay. We
hey. That's
got
our
our first.
that's our that's our junior program director.
9709 on a beat.
Yay.
Yeah, yeah, Gina. I'm gonna get her to do my tag though, yo. That's dope. That's dope.
Thank you, Gina. She came and she knocked too. She's like,
Yeah, she's real
just
polite about it. Oh.
real quick. I know you.
That is a mini Minx offspring. She comes in here and Minx's she shed and touches all the shit. She wants to know
Touches
how things
everything.
work. She wants to know how things
She
work.
sits, she sits here and does her own little podcast. It's cute.
Oh, y'all hear she did my tag though. That joint gonna be nice when she do it.
She and she does mine. She does mine too. Minx be on the track, like. I'm like, you don't have to do the like. That's called reverb, honey. She's like,
You just gotta do the
like.
yeah, no, you gotta do the echo. You gotta do the echo. Leonard said that's my
Minor,
princess.
minor delay. Oh yeah. She was so mad she didn't get to meet Leonard yet.
Oh.
She was so mad. We came home and I was, she takes my phone. She's taking pictures. She swipes through and she goes, "Who is that?" I said, "Oh, that's Leonard." She swipes again. "You and Daddy met Leonard?" Without Me. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, you in trouble.
I was in trouble. She won't stop talking about it. So I said to Leonard, next time you come up, we all gonna, go to Chuck E. Cheese or some shit. Like, yeah.
Y'all got a Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
I think we have one somewhere. I want to say Roanoke, which is 45 to an hour east of us, but I ain't been to Chuck E. Cheese. I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese since it was Showbiz, and that was back in the late 80s. It was Showbiz. That was back in the late 80s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, I only been there twice in my life as an adult because of kids' parties.
Mm-hmm.
And that place is a fucking nightmare. If you want to envision what hell is like, I think that's a portion of it.
The mechanical bear playing the
Not
guitar.
just that.
It's just cringe. It's just
Somebody
cringe.
called it Vegas for kids.
It is Vegas for kids without alcohol. That's basically what it is.
Speaking of, did you read the comments for the WAP video?
Twitter or YouTube or
YouTube.
well, no, but I will go over there right now and see what the big fuss is about. Y'all still crying about that video?
The
Yeah.
Bob version. It's going to be called Chores.
Let's see.
Sitting there in my head like chores.
Let's see. Is this the one?
Chores. It's like,
This-
okay.
Okay, this is the legit. Yeah, the way they shot that joint, that shit's crystal fucking clear. 4K. 78 million views. Damn.
Let's not do that to ourselves.
What? Let's not do what to ourselves.
Making the Kids Bop version
Oh no.
of WAP. We don't need a Kids Bop version of that.
You could not make a Kids Bop version of that song. There's no way. Nope. Nope. All right, let's read some YouTube comments.
Hello?
Yeah, you kind of blanked out right there. And you did it again.
Oh no, what happened to our connection?
I don't know. But can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Our what? Hold on.
This is a what? A what? Oh, goodness. Yo.
Yeah, I hear you. You're just going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, you've been going in and out all broadcast. It's been raining here, so it might have a little something to do with my internet.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, because I'm hooked up through Ethernet, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hooked up through Ethernet too, but it's been raining, and Comcast is some shit when it rains. Offspring says you'll be surprised how
Okay,
kids.
that's why. All right, yeah.
Says you'll be surprised how Kids Bop make a kids version of anything. They will not make a kids version of this song right here. I can tell you that.
Yeah, because your think is going in and out.
Oh, shit. We're almost done, y'all. Let's see. Comments. Instead of giving more attention to Kylie, can we speak about Normani? I don't know who Normani is. I'm still going in and out?
Yeah, a little bit. That's
Ah,
okay.
No,
I
it's
hear you.
no, it's not okay. Damn it. Come on, Discord.
Okay,
Don't do me wrong.
now you're clear.
I'm clear?
Now you're clear. Yeah, now you're clear.
Okay. Let's see.
Because I
Kylie.
also noticed that sometimes with Discord, you have to have this shit like in the front for some reason.
What do you mean? I can't minimize it?
Yeah, for some reason, I have mine up. I had it minimized, but then when I pull it up, I could hear you better. But I don't think that
I
should be
hear
a
you
problem.
better too, but damn it, okay, whatever. Someone comments. Kylie opens the door and walks down the hall. Random person. Here's your $1 million. Let's see. Kylie Jenner coming out like she was going to give us some bars.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
so dramatic. Her entrance was beyond dramatic.
it was too much. She was not needed. Why is this song so explicit? It sounds just like a regular Cardi song. It sure the fuck does.
Yeah, it does.
Uh, Let's see. Kylie made more money in that quick appearance than I ever will make in a lifetime. Ain't that the damn truth?
Hmm.
Let's see. Is no one going to talk about how everyone doing the splits?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I saw that picture of Cardi hitting the split between the two chairs. I was like, my legs could never.
Yeah.
I keep hearing, I keep seeing Kylie comments like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Everybody keeps talking about Kylie's.
She definitely looked kind of out of place because she was the only white girl there. But she's their friend, so you know. Uh, some
Yeah.
Someone says it annoys me how males are literally criticizing the lyrics because they are too explicit. But how come the male rappers do the same and don't get called out? And speaking of, Safari came out with his own version of WAP. Ugh. They said it
Is
was
it called bad?
yeah,
It's called bad.
yeah, bomb ass
You
you
know
boo.
that is so weird because you know what? I don't know nothing that was going on with him, and it just popped
Yeah,
up in my head.
yeah.
That's weird.
It's called BAD, bomb ass. Hmm.
Oh, I would have said big, but
Or that. However, and if you've seen his, man, I'm sorry that we're discussing the Safari and his glizzy, but yeah, he thirst trapped it. He thirst trapped it last year, and everybody's seen it. So yeah, it's only right that he would make that song. Offspring says crazy how she got more attention than the singers. Hell yeah, like this is not Kylie's video. You're just a cameo, honey. You won't even let it be me. You wouldn't be in that bitch. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You
I
just
just thought her whole purpose in that shit was just like beyond unnecessary. It just we did not need that.
oh goodness. Why are y'all so pressed that Kylie's in the video at the end of the day? She's making money while y'all stay hating on her.
Why are you defending someone that doesn't know you exist?
That part. Beyonce said Beyonce said I was royalty. Cardi and Meg telling me I'm a hoe. Ugh, decisions. I like that.
Wow.
Oh, you get a thumb up from me.
That's
Let's see.
I love YouTube is because the interacting in the comments is what gets you more people to fuck with you.
The amount of times wet and gushy was said makes me so uncomfortable. Mm.
Well, you heard wet and gushy, but you didn't hear the other word.
Hmm. There's some chores in this house. Get kids bop. Don't. No. Don't. Don't try it. Nope.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. And of course, everybody's coming up with their own initials for WAP. Wings and pizza, worship and praise.
Wow.
Yeah. Kylie here is like that person that doesn't do shit on a group project but shows up at the presentation. Basically, that's what she did. And got an A
Yeah,
plus for showing up. And did the
that's
bare
what I'm gonna
fucking minimum.
basically what Kylie did was like she was like a legit influencer of a music video. An influencer.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well,
Well, I'm still scrolling down. It's like Kylie. Who gives a fuck about Kylie? She didn't have a bar. She just walked down the hall and she got paid. Okay.
basically.
But yeah,
Basically.
but yeah, Offspring, you're right. She got more attention than the song, than the singers. But of course, they're going to complain about the song as well.
And then they want her removed from that.
Yeah, it's a petition going like right now.
Yeah, yeah, because social media says, y'all all paid for the video and shit, so y'all have say. I keep forgetting. Yeah, y'all really why don't you guys go and support a local artist video as hard as y'all are going for this shit?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep it real.
Um, this might be a little deep. Mm, uh, Wait a minute. Did you want to talk about the
Yes,
BeatStars
I.
thing or?
Yes, it needs to be said.
Okay, we'll save what I was going to say. We'll save this for Monday evening. Go ahead and this is not a is it a rant or
It is an epic fucking rant.
it is a epic fucking rant, ladies and
I wish
gentlemen.
I had.
Oh, what happened? Oh, what the heck happened?
Oh,
Hang on.
oh, it's so funny how we say BeatStars starts magically acting up.
Oh my gosh. It yeah, it's this freaking weather is messing with my internet. Go ahead.
Okay, guys, real quick. I had a very interesting day. My day started out very nice. I had me some coffee, and I was on Instagram just chilling, minding my motherfucking business. Now, I don't bother nobody. I mostly keep to myself. But there was a post that popped up. It was a recommended post. You know how those recommended posts pop up on your shit, right? So I'm minding my business, and basically, there was a post that was about what was it called? Like what is it? Publishing, right? It's a publishing post by one of your BeatStars cult leaders, Kato. Was it Kato on the track? How's it go?
I think it was Kato the producer.
Yeah, Kato the producer. Make sure y'all share this because I want these. You know, BeatStars has me blocked, by the way.
Tag him.
Um,
Tag him. Tag him. Don't listen to me. Do not listen to me.
okay, so here's what happened. Now, there was a conversation that somebody, another producer, I just want y'all to understand the chain of command of how this shit went down. Um, so basically, this was a screenshot that some producer put of Kato on the track. He tagged him, right? But he only had like 600, not even 600 likes. I don't even know how many likes this was. Hold on. This post got 361 likes. So that just goes to show you that it wasn't like a big ass account. It wasn't like what is it? It just wasn't a big account for any celebrity to even pay attention to. Okay. So here's what happened. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure because I just don't want to be frozen and shit. Okay. So
Yeah, no.
basically,
I was gonna let you cook. Go ahead.
okay. All right. So we're going to head over to this screen. Okay.
Oh, look at you. I can't zoom it in. They can't see it.
Oh, they can't see it.
No.
Hold on. Let me zoom in. Can you see this? Can you see that?
Hold on.
Be honest.
I mean, I see it, but it's kind of
Okay.
they
That's
might be
cool.
able to.
I'll read it to them. So basically, it was talking about mechanical royalties, right? So in this, he says artists miss out on hundreds of millions every year because they don't realize this. Whatever, whatever. It was whatever. So A&G, MGMT, Wednesday Wisdom says, go get your mechanic royalties. Artists don't realize how much they are missing out on each year because they rely on their distribution to get streaming royalties for them. Kato producer is the goat for this one. And I wrote back, this is literally common knowledge. He's not really preaching anything.
And of course, it's got to be that one.
I'm like, you're not really preaching anything. Like, this is common knowledge. People should fucking know this, right? So we're going to head back over. So Kato Cato decides to reply to my comment. And he says, I wish it was common knowledge. If it was, we wouldn't have hundreds of millions in uncollected royalties every year. Right? This is what he says. I wrote back to him, yet it is still common knowledge. People that get into the music business, they don't study the business, so it's their own fault They don't do research of the business that they're getting into, right? My question is, who the fuck asked you, bro? Who asked you? I didn't tag you.
But I also liked how they were pretty much talking to each other around you. Like they were kind of sort of skipping over what you said.
No, what happened was that then some random person asked him about, you know, what is your thoughts about signing a record deal and all this other, you
Mm-hmm.
know, dick riding shit, right? So I was like, okay, he gives this advice. Oh shit, wrong advice. He comes back.
Hold on.
He
I'm gonna read the question. The person asked, "Why would anyone sign to a label at this stage when you could own all your stuff right off the bat?" He comes back and says, "Additional resources aside from money, labels can still offer a ton of additional resources and support that most artists don't have access to. It's about getting the right deal." And how much leverage you can have in a situation. The bigger your numbers, the bigger your deal will likely be. And then Minx comes in and says, "You don't need a label. You become an LLC. You build no, but she's right. She said you don't need a label. You become an LLC. You build a business line of credit. You can fund your own career. You just have to develop a business plan, have monthly income, merch, etc., and build your online presence, etc."
right. But here's what's crazy about that. You're coming. This is my point of me saying you're coming out. A lot of you blue check motherfuckers. You come out acting like you're trying to help people. But the one simple question that was asked of you, you deflected it to once again the handling shit. So instead of telling an artist, hey, I think you should try this instead, you want to come out talking about how a record deal is going to make or break you as an artist when you don't fucking need a record deal. We only needed record deals because people had no way of distributing their music with a barcode or UPC code. You needed to be signed to a label for that shit. Now, when you have someone like him, again, BeatStars is watching me. You're watching me because you guys jack my content. You guys take the information that I have been giving artists because I know that we went over these mechanical royalties and shit on my podcast not once, not twice, but at least 7 times. And you guys create your curriculum regarding or around the shit that I'm talking about. So that's why I get frustrated because I'm like, yo, y'all motherfuckers can't think for yourselves either. You can't think for yourselves. Why do I keep going back to this shit?
Because something like that, like you said, it's common knowledge. So you would think BeatStars as being a bigger platform as it is, like I told you, the gag probably is that they know this information and they just choose not to tell their producers that because then that means they're going to be losing money off their back end. So they have to
Well,
make money off of these producers by, like you say, the ads, the subscriptions, and all this extra shit that they throw in
yeah, and merch.
and merch, and and in return, you give them for let's say for 5,000 streams. Let's say you send them a plaque. Okay, the plaque is nice, but that money better be in my account.
Right.
That's gotta add up. Like the plaque is good to show off.
This is what right here.
Okay.
Okay. So the kid asked Cato producer on under my comment, right? Which I don't understand why he would do that. And I feel like this was a baited situation. I don't think that some random kid said this. And then when I came back and I said what I said about you don't need a fucking label, right? You know
Mm-hmm.
how many artists climbed into my DMs after that saying thank you? So why couldn't he say that? Again, for the last time, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, and I mean this in the most respectful way as possible. Y'all need to stop swinging on the nutsacks of these beat stars motherfuckers because they don't care about you. you can look at this response and tell the difference between somebody that cares and the difference between somebody that is actually they in this shit because they care about you as a client, they care about you as a user, right? So if I'm telling you this one, this whole situation that he said just does not make sense. Additional resources. What additional resources? If you know how to fucking network,
A
then you
t-
don't need,
not just additional resources, a ton of additional resources, a ton of additional resources.
right? So once again, the bottom line of how I look at all this, y'all don't real BeatStars is a fucking cult. I'll tell you this shit from my mouth. It is a cult. Y'all don't question nothing that these motherfuckers do until they do something wrong to you. You don't read into shit. This is a corporation. This is a company. They have investors. This is a company that has to tell you bullshit. They have to keep stringing you along. They have to keep giving you just a little bit of information to make you think they care. And then they lock you into another fucking sales funnel.
Dr. Bo Lab on Periscope, thank you for tuning in. He says, everything in marketing is a paid ad these days.
It is. It's a paid ad and an algorithm that needs to be receptive to it. But that's why a lot of people are leaving BeatStars is because of shit like that.
And going to Track Train, because Track Train makes it a point to tell y'all we don't make sure that you seen based on algorithms. We don't make sure that you get plays based on, your hashtags. You're going to get heard. Now, whether someone buys your beat, that's a totally different story. But there's been some success stories.
A lot of success stories.
A lot of
actually.
success stories, and the reviews comparing the two beat stores, Track Train is looking pretty decent to a lot of producers, and a lot of those producers are going to Track Train.
Yeah, because when you are part of something for a long time, I say to people, the definition of insanity is doing the same shit over and over and over again and expecting different results.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all have been with BeatStars for years and haven't sold one beat, but y'all fucking ride this company until the fucking wheels fall off.
And by
They
the
don't
way, $5.99 is not a sale.
$5. Yeah, y'all need to chill with that. I saw one dude selling 12, what is it, 12 beats for $20. Look, I know we're in a pandemic. I know that times are rough, but if that's what you're valuing your music at, then maybe you should not be selling them. Maybe you should just be building with artists that are looking to build. And for real. But fuck BeatStars, and I'll keep saying it to my blue in the face. Fuck y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all are never gonna be shit. You keep sending your little henchmen to try to deflate my chest when I don't fucking chase clout. I
Hey,
don't chase
hey, Vicky.
these other producers. I swear to God, you say one thing. If I was, this is why I didn't want to tweet about it today. I didn't want to tweet about it today because I already know y'all dick riders. If I say anything about your precious Kato, y'all will sit there and slay and fillet me and just try to destroy my life. And I don't have time for that. Fuck him. Fuck BeatStars. Fuck the BeatStars CEO. Fuck the whole country. That people that fucking sit there and say, "Oh my God, the only way that I sell beats is on BeatStars." No, no, because real people don't need marketplaces. We don't need
No,
marketplaces.
no.
You don't need marketplaces like that. I sell beats without a marketplace. I
Offspring
just know.
Offspring says someone was selling 62 beats for $12. I know who that person is. That's a mini producer. I see his ads all day long. 62 beats for $12. Their joints be knocking though, but no, you're selling yourself short, sir. Vicky says just collaborate with artists. Yeah,
Yeah.
build your catalog, build your Rolodex, build up your connections, build.
But this is what I get frustrated about because people think I'm paranoid, right? Does that not, and this is for all the listeners, does that not look like somebody was waiting for me to say something?
I mean, if if
I wrote,
if people know you like I know you, then yeah.
but this is what I'm saying. That post was up for 2 hours. 2 hours that post was up. When I left my comment, this nigga came and responded within seconds. Bottom line, because I called up my dad and talked to him about this. Bottom line is this: y'all niggas you're not used to female producers. You're not used to us having our commentary. You're not used to us saying or having or providing any input. Y'all don't want to take no advice from no female producer. We get this. We
It,
get this.
and being knowledgeable about the business.
And being knowledgeable. And the way that I look at it is like I'm fucking tired of this fucking company. That's why y'all blocked me. I didn't block you. So clearly y'all motherfuckers is watching me. Y'all are clearly watching what I'm saying. And y'all think that y'all are testing me. That was an ultimate test. I knew y'all motherfuckers was gonna respond.
Vicky says that's why I just use my account to listen to beats. However, that doesn't mean I'm purchasing the beats. Yeah, you're contributing to that plaque, that 5,000 streams, that 1 million streams, so they can hang on,
Selling beats.
so they can hang it on their wall and say, yeah, I had 1,000 people listening to my beats, but never sold a single one.
If 5,000 people stream your beat and you have no sales, your beat is trash. Let's just put it out the way. Because I'm going to keep it real with y'all. The beat is trash. I'll tell you some of the beats that I have are trash. I'll tell you that some of the beats that I have are trash. But y'all just look at streams. Everything is not about streams. It's
Streams
about
don't mean
sales.
shit. And that goes for YouTube, that goes for Spotify, that goes for anything that you use to put your music out there. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us be the ones to tell you that 4,000 viewers, and we've said this many times, 4,000 views on a YouTube page that is not monetized with less than 1,000 subscribers don't mean shit.
It doesn't. Once you start really factoring in and looking at the numbers, my consultation company, right? I've already helped, I think maybe 8 clients with their YouTube. I'll tell you this right fucking now: 95% of the people that have their YouTubes monetized because they bought fucking views.
Hmm.
They bought nothing is real. Nothing is real. Everything is bought.
It's
It's
all
all
for
about
it's all for show, and so they can screenshot and put it up on their Facebook. Like, yo, I'm blowing up.
yeah.
You better hop on. Well,
Everything
what's the shit they always say? You better hop on now before I go big, and then you say you fuck. No, 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 no. You cheating yourself.
everything everything could be bought. Everything could be bought. I could tell you this because I have all the programs. Now, if I was that kind of bitch with all the programs that I have, I could easily say, fuck this show, fuck this podcast, fuck all of y'all. I'm about to finagle the numbers and blow up on all of y'all asses. I could easily do that right now. But this just goes to show you that my heart, my passion, my calling is in podcasting and helping artists get to the next level where I believe they deserve to be. But you have these fake ass fucking people with these bullshit webinars, bullshit seminars, 67,000 subscribers and only 88 live view watching. Who is the real person getting scammed here? If y'all don't realize that BeatStars is a fucking scam by now, I'm seeing so many artists, so many producers that are taking my ideas. I also see artists and producers that are taking my advice. Shout out to the majority of you that started your own websites. BeatStars didn't tell you that. Minx did. Shout out to all the producers that are selling merch. BeatStars didn't teach you that. Minx did. Just remember, y'all are dick riding a company that has taught you nothing. And y'all fucking laugh and look at me like I'm a clout chaser, but your business is booming.
Listen to this tweet right here. And this is a tweet and a repost. Someone had tweeted, make sure that you can still sell on BeatStars in your co-pub deal, important channel for producer revenue. Then the CEO retweets and comments and says, don't ever sign a pub deal that restricts you from building your independent e-commerce business. Thanks. With the little fist pound emoji.
But what the fuck you think BeatStars is doing? BeatStars is hindering you from starting your own e-commerce business. They are making money as the middleman. When will y'all see that? They are the middleman. They are getting a cut of your money. But y'all look at me, female producer, who's just angry and bitter because we don't have representation, right? That's how y'all look at me. Well,
And I just saw this. BeatStars, you failing again. You have failed again. They have a roster of quote unquote public. They have a publishing team. Okay. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 times 11 is what? 33 and some change. Y'all have 33 people on this publishing roster, and I don't see not one woman.
one woman. And that's why I keep saying, why would you? Because they're trying to push this Sony shit, right? Why? Why? Why don't y'all just make your music and enjoy making your music? Why can't you just do that? Why do you need a company to help you chase cloud? Because if you are a dope producer, you are an amazing producer, you're a approachable producer, a producer that has a great turnaround time and work ethic, why can't you just launch your own website and sell there? Why?
Dr. Bolab says, uh, what he said, after your co-publishing. Yeah, he saw that tweet that I was reading, and then he says that Sony ATV pub ain't feel fair to submit. Could you elaborate on that?
They're taking your music.
Basically, is what they're doing.
Taking your fucking ideas. They're taking your fucking music, and you're sitting there jerking off just so you can prove that Sony is rocking with you. Who are you trying to impress?
And why are you selling exclusives for $170? You know what? I'm not even going to go. I'm not even going to do that because however you make your money is however you make your money. Get your hustle on, but you keep selling yourself short doing a little stupid shit like this.
Yo, it's all cloud. That's all it is. Y'all ain't trying to sell.
You basically gave away exclusive license MP3 waves and the stems for $170. That's what you're worth. $170.
Because look, BeatStars doesn't care about quality.
Give me my money on the back end. Forget all that up.
This is why I say producers today, y'all are not really producers. You're beat makers. All you fucking do is make beats and you hope to sell.
Oh,
Period.
Bolab. Did you try to get in with the publishing roster, or what happened? He said the submissions process just seemed like they had their roster already met. They probably had their favorites as to who they wanted on there.
Of course they did.
Yeah, they had their favorites.
They are only going to fuck with the producers that are selling, not even the amount of money that they made on the beats, it's the quantity that have been sold through their network. And once again, I have asked every single producer to tell me what follow up record that has blown up from BeatStars since Old Town Road.
Road.
You can't tell me. This is almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 2 years. Not another hit from this website.
And it's still riding on that.
Yeah, that's all they talk. Every interview, it's like after a while, you're like, yo, you worse than these motherfuckers that have, oh, I worked for Jesus Christ. I did a track with Jesus Christ in the bio. Give us an update. What artists, what producers on this website has a hit right now that is on the radio? You will send me nothing but fucking crickets. You can't tell me nobody. Old Town Road is not in the radio no more. What other producer has blown up from BeatStars since then? None. Y'all are banking on their success off of one beat that was a Future type beat that sounded nothing that Future would hop on.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm not going to keep hating on BeatStars, but Y'all climbed into my comments today when you didn't need to. You could have kept your comment to yourself.
Now, this here is in the FAQ section, and someone had asked, "How much do I receive from your monetization programs?" And it was answered that paid members will receive 80% of the revenue generated from their music via our monetization programs. Free users and those that are under gold subscriptions will receive 70% of the revenue generated from their music. These percentages are based on the revenue we collect from our partners after they receive their portion from each monetized ad. Please note that streaming services do not have a set dollar amount with regards to how much they pay for ad revenue. Their CPM, cost per thousand impressions, changes based on the advertiser. Essentially, the total revenue dollar amount will depend on the advertiser and the amount of impressions of a track will accumulate. BeatStars will pay users 80% or 70% based on your membership, based on this total uh, amount monthly. So I'm only getting 80%, y'all taking 20%, and that 20% is ads?
You have a problem because SoundCloud has its own monetization.
Offspring said, "Wait, it was a future type beat?" Yeah. And
It was a
Vicky
future,
and Vicky
future
says all of these people try to create type beats. Yeah, I know, right?
type beats. I don't care what anyone says. I know people were salty about my comment yesterday. I don't give a fuck.
Of course
You
you
do
don't.
type beats. It's not you're not being original to me. I understand if you say, if I make a beat, I'm not going to say this is a Chris Brown type beat. I would say this would be for a vocalist that is an R&B vocalist in the description, in the
Why,
keyword.
Vicky? You got a good question. Why are there so many type beats on BeatStars? Because that's what sells. That's what pops.
That's no, that's a flawed technique. That's a flawed technique because I don't fuck. If I was just a rapper, I'm not gonna look up Cardi B type beat. No, I want a beat that fits me.
Yeah, because then
I,
it's like you kind of gotta mold yourself after the artist that you got, like the future type beat. If I got the future type beat, then I'm gonna naturally try to do something that future does, and that's outside of my pocket. And
right.
and then it's not gonna sound right. It's gonna sound forced. It's gonna be fake, and it's not gonna be real.
When this is how I work usually. I'll use a perfect example. Rolla, right? I know Rolla's sound because I've spent time with her. I've talked to her. She's been on my show. Um, we've talked, you know, off camera. We've talked about her ideas, what she's trying to achieve. And then when she said to me that, Minx, I'm trying to like come up with an idea of a song that kind of sounds like, but not really, but that vibe. So now, because I took the time to know her, I know her sound. Now, when I made the beat for her, I knew exactly. I knew that it was going to fit her because this beat was made for her. This beat is made for her. So even if she says, "Minx, I don't want it," I wouldn't give it to nobody
You
else.
couldn't use it. That
Exactly.
that was a one of one side. That was not a one size fits all beat.
Yeah, it's not. And y'all, that's what you producers do. Y'all just try to fit. Like that's what a lot of artists too. I watch a lot of videos on Instagram with rappers, right? There's a video I saw today that I was just shaking my head. It was one of those, "Hey guys, I'm 17 years old. I'm on my way, and can y'all tell me if I'm gas or if I'm trash, right?" So I said, "Let me check him out." He has a Triller with a fucking gun in his pocket, driving,
That's a fail.
and I'm hearing the da 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 da. And I'm like, how many more are we gonna get at this? Like, when are we gonna get rappers that have their own cadence, rappers that have their own dynamic sound that's different?
And why
This
are y'all carrying y'all guns in your pockets?
dude had a gun on his lap, sitting in the back seat of a car. So I'm like, look, I don't care how y'all do it. I'm just saying, look, you have to create your own sound, so that if in the future, let's say you do blow up, can they make a type beat off of you? They can't.
They can't.
You sound like Future. You sound like Juice World. You sound like Travis Scott. You sound like XXX. You don't sound like you. And that's why a lot of you are never going to blow up because you have not found your own sound yet. Y'all know what a Timberland beat sounds like, right? Why? Because he has his signature sounds. Y'all don't have signature sounds. Y'all don't have a signature look. You're all clones.
Y'all just
I
copy
think,
what is up on TV.
yeah, whatever's popular. That's why when I listen to my music, people like, I know it's your song because it's just the way that you put it together. Like, when you use these specific instruments, it sounds airy, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
but it's my sound.
Yeah.
So I'm happy because I'm like, oh my God, I'm different. I'm different than other rappers and singers and producers. And when they come to me, they're like, oh, you should make those 808s. I'm like, listen, Linda, listen,
Yeah. Linda, honey, listen.
I'm Minx. This is how I produce my shit. You don't like how I produce my shit? That's fine. That's because you're so used to everybody being the fucking same. So
I,
enjoy different.
I don't even title my beats. Like I don't. I leave that to the artist. Let them name it how whatever the hell they gonna name it.
Yeah, I don't title my shit no more.
I think that's my problem.
But bottom line is, I know your sound, you know my sound, I know everybody's dynamic sound, people that are original. A lot of the songs that I've been
I
hearing,
mean, question. Your opinion. I have
mhm,
a sound, or
yes, you do have a sound.
you're gonna have to explain to me what that is off mic. Cause
Okay,
I don't think I have a sound. I
I
just
know when it's
do.
your beat. I'll put it to you like this. I know when it's your beat because it's the way you arrange. It's not necessarily the sounds, it's the arrangement that you can tell is the 759 beat.
Oh, look at you paying attention.
Of course I pay attention.
Look at you paying attention to shit.
Yeah, you just seen Gina's eyes lit up. I said, "Look, I finished the vlog. You want to see it?" She's like, "Yeah." So I didn't say anything. I just want to see what she's going to say. So in the beginning, when it opened up, and she heard the beat drop, and it said 7-5. She said, "Wait, rewind that, rewind that. Wait, mommy, put it back." I said, "Put what back? That's 759 beats." I said, "Yeah, I know." Oh, and then the next song that played, and when she
It was.
said,
I think it was like my old tag. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And she's sitting in a chair and all that, and she's seeing herself, and then she heard the beat and then heard your tag, and her eyes lit up again. That's two songs, mommy. I said, yeah, I know. So she was hyped. A little child that knows your gamer
Oh,
tag, your beat tag. She knows your beat tag
my
and looks
biggest
forward
fan.
to hearing it.
My biggest fan. I'm gonna have to put together a little mixtape just for her.
Oh yeah. But that is true. I mean, again, you are original. You have your own sound, and it's a breath of fresh air. That's why I said I was going to announce it on this show. But you know, we're going to come together for the female rapper community, and people want a cipher. They want an all women cipher, and I had said that I think if there is an all female cipher, then it needs to be produced by a female producer, in which I think that shit got like 90 likes.
That's a good idea.
It's a great idea. So I said, I think that it would be dope if it wasn't just one side. What if it's a whole mixtape, different?
Offspring says I need her to be my fan. Yeah, I'm flattered. I have a 3-year-old fan. That is so cute.
When you have a child as a fan, that's it. That's it. I found out about Michael Jackson when I was 3 years old. I've been a fan ever since. I'm 34. So it's a lifetime thing for kids. But it's gonna happen. The beat tape is gonna happen. The cipher is going to happen. Um, but it's time that, we have to just take the lead now because there's a lot of followers.
It's one big sausage party.
Big sausage fest.
Need to bring some tacos into the mix. Listen here. Uh
Con queso.
oh Jesus. Okay. Okay.
With the cheese. Give me the cheese.
Give me cheese. Give me queso.
Lots of cheese.
Lots of cheese and sour cream.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our broadcast. We thank y'all for tuning in and being a part of the RTIM show. We will be back here on Monday. Um I don't know how this is going to work because I start orientation tomorrow and I don't know how long this is going to be. So I'm gonna have to play this by ear Monday because the orientation's from 9 to 5. I'm be
Oh,
cut. Yeah, I'm be cutting it kind of close. Uh
if necessary, like I said, if needed, I could run the RTIM show. Um, get some co-hosts. I'll have social media co-hosts with me.
that's a good idea. I like that.
We can get a panel. Actually, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do a panel. RTIM. Oh no, I need you for the panel. I can't do that to you.
Ah, you don't need me. Offspring. Thank you. Good luck on your orientation. Thank you. Preach, preach, preach.
I'll be holding down the fort. You guys are stuck with me. No, I'm kidding.
Mwahaha. No. Yeah. So Monday evening, I should be home in time. Uh, yeah, I should be at home in time to still be able to pod. I don't
Either
see,
way,
I don't see why not.
either way. But if you're tired, I do recommend that you rest.
Well, I'm not gonna be doing too much of nothing. Just sitting there soaking up information and eating free food.
Mm,
Nothing wrong with that.
jelly, jelly. But my
P.O.
new episode comes in
Offspring
tomorrow.
says
So
POP, hold it down. POP, hold it down. Can you
I'm not.
see? Huh? Can you see? Barely. Yo,
That's like one of the best impressions I've ever heard you do.
can you see? And turn around and looked at the person, huh? Barely.
She told it herself.
She really told him herself. I'm
Still
blind. I
preaching.
can't see. They roughing me up because I'm a girl. And da 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 da. I love my mama. All right. Huh. Y'all listen. We out this bitch. We'll see y'all Monday, probably Monday night, for more random talk. Some indie music as long as we don't get flagged. Because you know how they do. But we're always going to bring that fooly fuckery and shenanigans that y'all love to hear from us. And of course, we might drop a jewel or two because that's what Minx does. And
Right.
it's also Minx's Manifestation Monday, so y'all please tune in to hear what was manifested.
Yes.
Offspring, I'm legally blind. I'm legally
I can't.
blind.
And
Good night,
also,
y'all. Uh-huh.
one last thing. Also, you guys make sure you guys download. I'm gonna be posting it up the Zeno app so you can hear that we are live. This is a real app, a real life app, as you guys can see. There's also little lag, but we live.
Yeah,
Uh,
we there.
we're clear. We have the app. You guys can download it. If you guys can't make it to the RTIM show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays because you're stuck, your wife don't want you on the computer, you can definitely sneak and listen to us if you want on the app. And it is live 24/7, 365. If you have any MP3s or anything that you wish to add to this, you definitely can. Once I get my other cord in, I'll be streaming my station head on here so we can get some streams in for you guys as well. So definitely make sure y'all look out for that.
Yep. I think that's it. I'm about to go eat these beef ribs.
All right.
All right, y'all. Good night.
Good night.